Yeah. Go ahead and get started. All right, we'll call the May 9th ARB meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Thornton.
Here.
Archer.
Here.
Hayes.
Here.
Kemper.
All right. The last April 2023 minutes have been set out. Everybody should have reviewed those. Is there any questions or adjustments that we need to make? No questions or adjustments. I have a motion to accept them.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
First and second, DD and Archer. Roll call, please. This is,
Archer.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
all right. All right, so the minutes are accepted. Is there any old business? Any new business? Lieutenant Willits, will you give the DFR numbers, please?
I'd be glad to. I need the song. Y'all hear me? I'll speak loud. Okay, so for the month of April, Decatur Fire has had 330 calls that have not been canceled prior to arrival. Out of those, 8 of the calls were not counted over the time standard due to staging. 323 out of 330 are all within the time standard of 9 minutes or less, so that's 98%.
Is that in the city?
That is in the city limits, yes. As far as the PJ, for the month of April, there were 11 calls that were not canceled prior to arrival, and that we had 100% within the standard of 13 minutes or less. The handout in front of you, you'll see the total calls in the city of Decatur, all categorically we broke down, so everything looks good. There's been no exemptions submitted, no breakdowns reported, and no complaints. And we've only had 2 roll calls. So that's all I got.
All right. Any questions? All right, thank you. Tyler, can you give Decatur Morgan's report?
So for the month of April, in the city limits, we had 360 calls that were not canceled prior to arrival that were the Echo, Delta, or Bravo. We had 336 of those that were met within the time standard, and 7 of those were not counted. We had 7 additional that were not counted due to staging. That put us at meeting 342 of the 360 within the 9 minutes. That put us at 95%. In the PJ, there were 14 calls that were not canceled prior to arrival. There were a total of 15 in the PJ. 1 of those was rolled. We met 13 of those 15, with 1 being rolled. That put us at 87%. For the Charlie, Alpha, and Omega calls in the city, there was 305 total of those calls. 1 was rolled. We met 296 of those within the standard. That put us at 97%. And then the Charlie, Alpha, and Omega in the PJ, there was 23, and we met all 23 of those in the time standard. For the month, we responded to a total of 1,328 calls and transported 1,085 patients in total. We had 2 calls that were rolled by us, and we had 12 calls that were rolled to us from other services.
Any questions? All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Does anybody else have any business they'd like to bring up? All right. No more business. We'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting at 2:05.